This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning, everyone.
On the show today, somebody you might know as the Prime Minister dropped by.
That's
Talked to us about his
right.
engagement.
Yeah, I know. We get deep in with that. We talk about people in the heat, usually, you know, when it's like a heat wave.
Yeah, we do know.
They're
We
complaining
never
about
talk
hot,
about
aren't
the
they?
people that are burdened with air conditioning.
The real victims.
So we're
of
talking
a
to
heat
them
wave.
today.
We had our 10K drive-through competition this morning, and a lady introduced us to a new term,
Yes,
so we might give
indeed.
that a run as well.
And we caught up with Richelle. She scored tickets to go to Melbourne to see Taylor Swift, so we got the lowdown.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Here we go. We have fun. Liberating show, eh? Obviously. You can turn it off or go home.
On Nova 937.
It's 6:04. Nathan and Sean, morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Hey!
No.
Try for warm.
I know.
Yeah, it was gross, wasn't it?
And in here, the air is thick with the smell of peanut butter.
Oh, it is at the moment. Harry's had some peanut butter. Well, that's strong. Harry, before we get into the peanut butter thing, when you walk into the newsroom this morning, what was it like?
Sauna.
Oh, my Lord.
Sauna. Disgusting.
Yep. Now it smells like we're in a crumpet.
Living the dream, eh?
Right in.
Right in a crumpet, Sean.
Right in the
God,
crumpet.
it's been a while.
Is this what it smells like?
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Weather-wise, look, it's not great.
Yeah, look, sorry.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, I mean, like, my eyes are boiling, so
Well,
there
they're
you
going to
go.
boil again. 43 is the maximum predicted for today. We're already at 28 degrees, and it didn't get overly. That's the 27.5 was the low overnight in
Oh,
the
it's
city.
gross, man. It's gross outside.
Can I tell you, I had a argument with my parents over the weekend. I had a go at them about birthing me in Kalgoorlie, and then I had a go at them for raising me in WA, because I said that there is just such more pleasant weather around the country, and why did you see fit to raise your family on the sun?
You were destined to move down to Albany at some stage
Yes,
and just be in the 22-degree
Sure,
range for the entirety of the rest of your life.
Literally. You don't raise a kid in Kalgoorlie and then introduce air conditioning so late in the game. I think I had it for 6 months before I left.
You should be conditioned then.
Oh,
You should be
no, I'm
conditioned to this.
tortured. I've had enough. I've
no,
had
no one
enough.
had
It's not getting a
when
whole
we were our
lot
age,
better till Wednesday.
I
So
know.
tomorrow is 39. Wednesday it'll be 28.
Can
and then
I tell
Thursday,
you
31.
how disgusting is it that I'm looking forward to 39 degrees and I hate the hot weather? Perth.
At least you're not complaining about it.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
This morning, I get up and it's a bit chilly in my apartment.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, is my aircon, it's a Daikin, it's really powerful on low, and on 25 it's really cold, so I never have to go even down to 24 degrees. You know how they say don't take it down any further than 24 degrees?
Absolutely.
So anyway, so it was like really, really like quite cold in my place this morning, and then I got dressed and then I opened up the door, and the foyer of my apartment block was like I stepped out onto the Bali airport.
Yes, last night was an unusually
It
hot
was
night.
shocking.
Yeah,
It
like
was
at
shocking.
10:30 last night it was 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Oh my God.
Both of us took our dogs down to the river
we
to have a
did.
swim
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was just so it was
Yes.
gross.
How about Geraldton?
Yeah.
Yeah, 49 degrees.
49.3
Yeah.
degrees.
And everyone's like, oh, it's a record. Yeah, we've screwed up the planet. That's why it's a record.
Man, raise the
So I'm
bat.
not going, oh, it's a record. That isn't that great. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we always, your thoughts straight away go to the people that don't have air conditioning.
I know,
straight
exactly.
away. I just think, how are
Nathan,
you coping?
that can't afford to run it.
Oh, that
So
can't
there's
afford
plenty
to
of
run
them
it.
as well.
There is too.
Yeah.
None of us had aircon when we were growing up.
No. But I grew up in Esperance, so I didn't really need it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 2 days
yeah.
a year you needed it there.
But during these times,
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough attention paid to the people that do have air conditioning and how they're coping. Because I have to tell you, the 25 degrees is puzzling me because it is so cold. I will not dare to go up to 26. I won't. So I'm stuck at 25 and I won't go down to 24. And this morning when I woke up, my feet were freezing to the point where several times last night I thought about going up and getting some socks and putting them on because
So
my
is
tootsies
this
were cold.
your air conditioning or is this your pensioner circulation? What are we-
Pensioner circulation would be cheaper.
I've got it. I've definitely got it. I've definitely got it. Okay, I feel you. I feel it. I feel your pain.
And then I feel for my dad. My dad doesn't like the cold.
He was in bed with you.
Of course. Don't you sleep with your parents?
Yeah, Nat.
And then I
weird
woke up,
question,
Mum. I sleep in the middle to make sure there's no shenanigans. I'm the pillow fort. But then I think about like Mum, because Mum loves the cold, and the amount of times that I go over to Mum and Dad's house and the air conditioner's on, and Dad is sitting there with a hoodie on. Like he looks like Kenny from South Park.
Yeah.
Sitting there. No
Because-
one thinks about him
No.
in these hot
In the
times.
relationship.
No, because they're all complaining about the
How's
heat.
it going at your house?
Ours is probably on about 19 degrees most days.
Oh, Sean, lucky you've got Pleco because otherwise that would be causing you a
And
fortune.
even
Mine's
still,
on
Nat,
22, to be fair.
No
burning.
way.
Yep.
Mine's on 22, but I have no insulation in the roof because
Yeah.
it's a really old house. And once that house heats up, keeping it cool
You've got to
is
keep,
it's a
keep
battle.
the bricks cold, as we
You've got to
say.
keep the bricks cold. So it's on all the time.
Yeah.
The dog won't stay in the house when the
Yeah.
air conditioning's on. So I'm like, I've left it on for the dog because I don't want him getting chilled. He's outside. He's outside the whole time.
Harry,
Just loving it.
Harry,
Yeah.
how's the aircon at your house?
Ice cold.
Oh, well, you're
Are you
back in
okay?
with your new flatmates, a.k.a. Mum and
Yeah,
Dad.
my housemates, I love them so much.
Yeah.
In the West Wing.
Oh, that's the perfect. That's the
Yeah.
perfect scenario, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you're not paying
You're
for
not
the
paying for
electricity.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. There's zone control as well.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
the
what I
best.
did last year when my little brother was living there? On one of those nights, I put his up to about 38 degrees.
Slowly boiling.
He woke up
Yeah,
sweating.
you can control it from the app.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah. They're not the stories we want to hear, though, Harry. We don't want to hear that it's awesome. We want to hear people that are burdened with air conditioning.
Yes, I have had to put a blanket on my knee while I'm watching TV
Oh,
from
Natalie,
time to
come on.
time.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, because I can't not have it on because otherwise the house gets too hot.
Yep. Are you
It's a fine line.
burdened? Are you burdened by the fact that you have an air conditioner at the moment?
You're freezing
You're
inside.
freezing. It's too cold.
You're wearing a jumper. You're wearing a hoodie.
There's fights over the air conditioning in the house.
Double doona on.
Does someone go down to the
Winter
low?
weight
You
doona
know
on.
those people. The only time I go down to the lowest setting is when I'm in a hotel. Like literally, if it goes down to 17, I'll put it on 17. And if
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
icicles hanging off my
So
nose,
be
I
it.
will
Yeah.
not put it
So
up.
be it. How's the aircon at your joint, Ellie?
It's working overtime.
Do you and Dougie have the same sort of? Do you agree on the?
Do you have the
temperature
same
it should be?
needs?
He
Yeah.
actually has ours set both ends to 25, and it really irks me because I'm like, we can have 24, you know. Like, just give me that one extra degree.
So he won't go any lower than 25, and
Exactly.
you want to live in a 24
you'll
world.
be
Yeah,
running
I'll
hot,
go
though,
and
'cause
turn
you're
them all
growing a
down.
person.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you feel that extra degree?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Why go 25
Well,
when you can
24
have
is the
24?
yeah. That's what they're telling us.
Yeah.
You should be at
To
24.
save your marriage, you need a system that goes in halves.
Yeah, that's right.
0.5, yeah.
Nat's in Maylands. Hello.
Hey, how you going?
Hey, Nat. Hey, Nat.
Has the aircon been a little bit too much for you?
Well, I've actually created my own problem because my husband and I have our own air conditioning business, so we've got air conditioning in every single room in the house.
Yes.
But I like the bedroom to be freezing cold.
Yeah.
But I have the ceiling fan on full pout, the aircon on 16 because I like the weight of the extra rug on
16?
top of my doona.
Well, now
But
that
then
was,
also I have a little blankie next to the sofa as well, so I can put it over my knees because the aircon blows right on top of me when I'm watching the television. So I'm going to have that there as well.
Yeah.
they were selling those heavy rugs before because to
Oh,
try
yeah,
to
the
keep people
weighted blanket.
rugs
Yes.
to keep people nice and cozy and still.
Yeah.
So you having that
Temple
extra.
Grandin. That's because
Yeah.
of Temple Grandin.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
Yes.
have the extra one 'cause I like the weight on top of the doona. My husband always says it's like a wind tunnel in our bedroom.
But there's nothing better though, Nat, and you do this too, I know, is that when it is like boiling hot, so say it's 45 degrees outside, but your body doesn't even know, and you're so cold you've got your blanket up.
Because, I have the fan on too.
Yesterday, I was sitting on the sofa yesterday afternoon and I was like, I literally had the rug over my lap. I said to my husband, I find it hard to believe it's 42 degrees outside right now.
Just a pane of glass between you and the real world.
And Nat, how's your bills been? Been mental, hey?
I don't look at it.
That's a later problem. Good
I
idea,
wonder
Nat.
if you can
Thank
write that
you.
off, Nat. I'm sure you can.
What,
Any
your
air conditioners in your
aircon?
house? Well, you've got to try them out. The new
Oh,
models
that's what
and
she's
stuff.
doing, is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sounds
Right.
like tax fraud to me, Sean.
No, so
no,
each
that's
one,
right,
that's a
mate.
Fujitsu, that's a Dakin.
Yeah. Yes, Nathan. Yeah, yeah.
I like
You're
it.
doing a service.
I like it.
Dana's in Kelmscott. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Dana.
Nah, how's the aircon affecting you, Dana?
Oh, it's miserable. It's horrible. My partner and our two teenage daughters constantly have it on the lowest setting because they love to live in igloos.
Yes.
Because of this, I'm constantly sick every summer.
Oh, you're getting
you're getting
winter
pneumonia
chill.
every summer.
Yes, I'm constantly having chest infections. I've got the flu. I'm constantly checking myself to see if I have COVID. I swear every time I freak out, and they're all happy-chappy, and I'm walking around with my robe and my slippers on and my weighted blanket everywhere I go.
You're going to have to
Blowing
start
your nose.
sleeping outside for your own health, Dana.
Yeah, I have taken up gardening, actually.
Yeah, to get the fresh air.
Hey, Dana,
Yeah.
so what is the setting on? What is the setting on?
I think it's 17 is the lowest.
Oh, mine doesn't even go
And
that low.
sweetheart, what would you like it so you're not, like dying of the flu every 5 seconds during summer?
Probably around 25.
Around
Oh, you need to move in with
25.
Nathan. That's what he
That's
has it
my
on.
degrees. We're destined to be
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
We're destined, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Elimination Chamber.
Let's hear it for the best seats in the house. Thanks to Bankwest.
All right, up for grabs, Bankwest best seats to see the WWE. This Saturday, food and drinks included. We don't want you to starve and get too thirsty.
Yes, please.
I know,
Pretty
we
exciting.
care.
All right, Nathan's going to have a crack at this first up. G'day, Nath.
G'day, how you going?
Nathan, the power resides with you right now. You are going to be the first person to enter the elimination chamber. And then, once you're in there, you can choose one of your opponents that you think you can beat. So, Nathan, firstly, are you a smart man?
I think so, but I don't think my wife does.
Oh,
What does she know?
Yeah, what does she know? Well,
Typical.
here are your opponents.
Let's meet them.
Luke is from Belden. Hello, Luke.
Hi, guys, how are we?
Good,
Wonderful,
buddy.
Luke.
All right, you are opponent number 2, Luke. Are we a smart man, Luke?
I try to be sometimes.
All right.
Got a bet.
Convincing.
Yeah.
Okay. Contestant number 3 is Jane from Mandurah. Good morning, Jane.
Good morning, how are we?
Great,
Oh, she
Jane.
sounds like she knows
She
stuff.
does, Jane.
does.
You read a lot of books, don't you, Jane?
Yeah, let's say that.
Well, you put subtitles on Netflix.
Yes,
It's sort of a book.
It's reading, anyway.
Yeah. Let's go to Ryan in Ridgewood. Hi, Ryan.
Morning, Nova Crew, how are we?
Yeah,
Good, buddy.
wonderful,
Ryan,
Ryan.
number
He's switched
4.
on, Ryan. You can tell.
Number 4, Ryan. You're an intelligent bloke, yes?
Oh, well, I would say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course he
All
is.
right, it's just that we got to look and see who
just to weigh up the competition.
you can choose. Quickly to Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin.
Hey, how are you?
Good,
Caitlin.
Contestant number 5, Caitlin. You know things. You've studied, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. And Tom's from Vic Park. Hello, Tom.
Good morning.
Hey, Tom.
All right, Tom. You are going to wipe the floor when you're taken into the elimination chamber, aren't you?
Absolutely.
There you go.
absolutely.
All right.
Nathan, you have
Confidence.
met everybody. Which opponent would you like to take into the elimination chamber? You can just choose a number if you like.
I'll go number 4.
So that's
Number 4, Ryan from
Ridgewood. All right.
Welcome to the chamber.
All right, we're in the chamber. All right, Sean, do you want to ask the question? Okay, here's what's going to happen. Sean's going to ask the question. You're going to buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you're through. You've eliminated your partner. You get it wrong, your opponent will have a crack at it.
Yep.
Let's test your buzzers. Nathan,
Nathan.
Ryan,
Ryan.
they're working.
Right. Here is the question. Rock bottom is one of the finishing moves of which WWE...
Nathan,
The Rock.
Nathan's through.
Nathan is right, which means
Well done, bud.
Ryan.
You are eliminated.
Eliminated. Number 4 gone. Okay,
right.
Nathan, pick your next opponent.
Let's go number, what do we got, 6?
Yeah, we got
Number
6.
6.
That's Tom from Vic Park.
All right, Tom.
Yeah.
Welcome to the chamber.
Tom, we'll just quickly test your buzzer. Tom,
Tom.
working well. We know Nathan's is working.
All right, let's get into it. What breed of bird is Sid from the Slip Slop Slap commercials?
Nathan.
Yes, Nathan?
A dodo.
He's not. That means,
Incorrect.
Tom, you can have a crack at it. What breed of bird is Sid from the Slip Slop Slap commercials?
Seagull.
Tom's done it.
Tom!
The finishing move on Nathan.
Yeah, bye, Nathan.
Which means Nathan.
Eliminated.
Eliminated.
Okay,
See you,
Tom.
buddy.
We've got contestants 2, 3 and 5 left. Who do you want to take on?
Let's go 5.
5. That's Caitlin from Freo. Caitlin, test your buzzer.
Hey.
Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin.
Working well. Okay, here is your question. What is the number of Hemsworth brothers multiplied by the number of... Yes, Caitlin.
Oh, shit.
That is...
Do you want to have a crack? Just have a guess?
9.
Finish the question, Nat. Finish the question.
Was, what is the number of Hemsworth brothers multiplied by the number of Kardashian sisters? The answer is 9.
Oh, my God.
Caitlin wipes out Tom. Sorry, Tom.
Eliminated.
Caitlin, that was a ballsy move. That was a chair smashed over her head.
You have two opponents
Yes.
left to choose from. You have opponent number 2, Luke. Opponent number 3, Jane. Who would you like to take into the chamber?
Let's go number 2.
Okay, Luke, it is.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, Luke, it's on.
All right, Luke.
Welcome to the chamber.
Let's test your buzzer, Luke.
Lukey.
Working well.
Righto, here we go, guys. Here is your question. The WWE used to be named the WW what?
Yes.
Buzz in with your name.
Buzz in with your name.
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Yes.
Luke. You told us you're a smart man,
But
Luke.
Luke, why didn't you say your name after we all were waiting for the name to be said?
I've got my daughter here. She's just being really...
Blames his children.
Yes.
All right.
Well, for most things in life, it is the kid's fault.
Sorry, Luke.
Eliminated.
There you are. That means it comes down to this. Caitlin v. Jane from Mandurah. Jane.
Welcome to the chamber.
It's rough in here, Jane. It's rough in here. Jane, do you want to test your buzzer? Jane?
All right.
Working well. Here we
Here we go. Let's find out who will survive. Which supernatural creature is Olivia Rodrigo's Grammy-nominated hit song about?
Caitlin.
Caitlin for the win.
Vampire.
She's
Oh, my God! She actually knew that one. You deserve it, Caitlin.
Caitlin, you won 2 Bankwest best seats at WWE at Optus Stadium this Saturday, plus food and drinks are included. Well played.
Thank you so much.
That's how it's done. You're a little bit arsey.
Very arsey to start with.
I cannot
In the elimination
believe that.
chamber,
9.
anything goes.
Have a guess.
Caitlin.
9.
Yes.
Caitlin, have a ripping time, okay? Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well done, buddy.
Beautiful
Well
work.
done.
Guess what? The elimination chamber is open for business tomorrow as well.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Some of the footage from the Swiftie concert is amazing. And people around the world are really jealous of Australia. We are getting songs that no one else gets.
Yeah.
Also, they're really jealous over our phone quality as well from the videos because they keep asking what phones are Australians using because the videos are so crisp and clear. And then
crazy,
other people on the other side of the world are just weighing in saying, oh, it's got to do with Australia's atmosphere.
Is it a lack of pollution, maybe?
Maybe it is a
with
lack
just
of
the clean
pollution. That's what they're
cities.
saying.
Yeah.
So the one great thing that's been happening all around the world during the Eras Tour as well is the tailgating party that's been happening outside. This is all the people tailgating outside of the MCG last weekend. How good's this?
Because you're still going to hear it clearing, aren't you?
They are having the
clear
best
as.
time.
Yeah.
So what could be more fun than being there with the tailgaters? Well, being in there watching Taylor Swift.
For free,
For
because we
free.
gave you tickets. Richelle, hello.
Hello.
Richelle, how
Okay.
exciting.
Richelle, talk us through it. How amazing was it?
It was incredible.
Really?
We got there early,
Yeah.
so we queued up before the gates opened. And when we got in, it was empty. But probably about, Sabrina came on about 6:30.
Yep.
And then you could see the crowd growing. And probably about 7 o'clock, it was full.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Hey, Richelle, can I ask you about being Melbourne? So when there's a grand final on or the Melbourne Cup, when you walk around, there's a sense of atmosphere just in Melbourne before you get there. And then walking into the MCG itself, like walking a few Ks, there's just people ready to rock
It's
and
like a
roll. They're
carnival
dressed up.
atmosphere,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Was it
Yeah.
like that for you?
It was like the trams, just getting on a tram. Everyone was dressed in their sequins, and it's just that every
sort of cowboy boots,
a lot of bracelets.
On. Trading bracelets. Yeah.
Did you get a bracelet?
I did get a bracelet. Yeah.
Did you have them to trade?
I did.
Oh, Richelle.
We made the effort. We got into the spirit of it.
Yeah, great.
And that's what it all comes down to. I just want to read this comment, right? So there was a thing about how amazing Taylor Swift is, and all these people, of course, at the end of that article want to jump on and hate, right? So this guy called Ermino said, I went to the concert last night with my wife. I was somewhat reluctant. After being amongst the Swifties and immersed in the infections and joy of the crowd, hands down, it is the best live concert that I've ever had the privilege of going to see. And then he writes down the end, P.S. I am 78 and I have seen great concerts in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Not your typical demographic for a Taylor Swift concert attendee, but so glad I got to experience it all. An amazing night that I'll never forget.
So is that what it was like? Did it just feel like the air was full of joy?
It was, and like I've never seen anything like it. Like the stands in the MCG were literally shaking.
Yeah.
And people were getting a bit worried, but then I heard someone make the comment, oh, well, if it can withstand a Collingwood grand final, we're fine.
Hey, did you think her performance was amazing too, Richelle?
She was. Like, I mean, she goes straight, like, costume changes for like 3.5 hours. Well, she started at 7:30 and finished at 11. And,
wow.
I mean, it was just the same level all the way through. And we got some great surprise songs, so that was fantastic. And the crowd just went wild when she started playing Getaway Car. Like, you've never heard so much noise from the crowd, but it was
I couldn't even tell you where
Getaway Car.
That's why that one over all of the others.
Because we're not deep enough.
It was because it was the surprise song. She didn't she mashed it up too, so she put August and the other side.
Oh, that's right. People were flipping out over that as well. They said it's not fair. I haven't got it. Is this Getaway Car? Never heard it.
Yes.
Let me have a listen. No.
Yeah, I think we've.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But lowbrow.
Was that the highlight for you, Richelle, or was there another thing that was a highlight?
I think the Fearless era was my highlight.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
How many eras did she do throughout her concert? All of them?
Yes, she did.
10 eras. 10 eras. 10 eras.
Yeah, and she did mention the new album, and everyone got excited thinking that she was going to play a song, but no.
I wouldn't like
what
that.
a tease.
Yeah, but they play a new song. No one knows the words. You're like, move on to the good stuff.
But if you're the first people in the world to hear
it's a bit different because you're talking about when, say, the Red Hot Chili Peppers come and goes, we'll play Under the Bridge, but the rest of our new stuff is like, shut up!
Play your old good ones.
Well, Richelle, we're glad you had a great time.
I'm so thankful. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Richelle, good on you, mate.
Richelle, how good is it? Tomorrow, Taylor reserves someone else is going to get a chance.
To head to Sydney to see you.
You definitely have to go down and enter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the thing. You've got to be there to enter it.
Yep.
And you've got to be there when we draw it at 8:15. So if you're getting the kids to school after that, don't worry. Plenty of time.
Yep.
8:15. We're there from 6. Come down. 1 entry per person. Yeah, must be 15 or over to enter.
Yep. Now, remember, this concert is you don't want to miss situation.
I know.
Endorsed by a 78-year-old man.
And Richelle.
And Richelle.
It doesn't
Which
get
is
any
all
higher
the
than that.
endorsements we need.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
All be upstanding, please. The Prime Minister is in the house.
I'll stand up.
There he
Hello,
is. Yeah,
sir.
we will stand for this.
Hello, sir.
Good to see you, Prime Minister.
Welcome back.
Wow, a level of respect I haven't always got in this studio. Moving into these close quarters.
I know,
means
we've
that,
changed.
you've changed. There's
I'm sitting back
court.
down now. That's too close to exercising.
There's no dartboard.
There's
I know.
not.
We don't have
We're
room for
concentrating on our jobs.
There's no activities.
It's the worst.
here.
Yeah.
It's pretty boring, isn't
Would you
it?
be allowed to have a dartboard in your own personal office? You would be allowed to in there.
You've got room.
You got so much room.
I don't see why I couldn't.
Mate, little round of darts at the PM.
That'd be a amazing having a world leader in there and you just bring out the darts.
Bring out the darts. Here we go.
That would be. And then, if you're working on policies with that said person, then you'd be able to play for them.
Winner gets their way.
Flavor it up.
Yeah.
Well, there's another constructive suggestion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
So, Albo, the big news, we've got to get this out of the way first,
of course.
is that you have taken the lovely Jodie off of the market.
Yes.
Which is
You've
about
locked her
time.
down.
About time.
I have. Well, I was worried about you.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's right. He
Nathan
was a threat,
coming.
wasn't he?
Nathan was
'Cause-
coming.
yeah.
I was coming for her, and you know what? I wouldn't touch her as much, and we go shopping a lot, so she'd be right on that. So I want to know, I've read about the proposal, but I want you to take me to the proposal, because you know us, we're friends. I want you to take me to the proposal as if you were speaking about a romantic movie, and I've got some music for you. Let's set it up.
Yeah.
Here we go. So,
Okay.
Albo.
So you're on a sinking ship.
So tell us all about it. So it's happened. You're at the lodge. You're at the lodge. Go.
Dinner at Italian and Sons beforehand.
Yes.
Oh, so you went out for dinner.
You went out
You
for
have a
dinner.
chef at home.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
keep going.
Went out
Make
for
it
dinner
magical.
because
Make
it
it
was
magical.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Out for dinner.
What did you
Came
have?
back.
What did you
We
have?
had 2 courses. Pasta, different pastas, but we had the same fish.
Oh,
Fish for dinner.
That's love.
Fish for dinner.
Yeah.
And then we had a trip back to the lodge, and I said to, of course, we had Toto did her little dance thing she does because she hadn't seen us for a couple of
Toto's
hours.
a river dancer,
Yes.
the dog. It's actually amazing to see in person. Keep going.
The same as would occur if we were away for a couple of months. And then I said to Jodie, she said, "Oh, get ready." I said, "I've got something for you." So I set it up on one of the balconies upstairs.
Yeah.
And
That overlooks the lawn.
that overlooks the lawn at the side.
So, yeah, I go the side lawn. Yeah,
the
got you.
side lawn.
Been there.
And had a bottle of champagne and
What Moet?
Jodie had been doing. Oh no, I'm not going to give an ad for the brand.
No,
I'm
okay,
not going to do that.
Okay, so
do that.
Spumante. Keep going.
Yeah. Passion
And
pop.
we went.
Yellow Glen.
We went Benin. We went. So I got that ready, and Jodie had been doing Feb Fast.
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
So this
So she broke
broke,
it.
as had I in solidarity.
Yeah. So
and
you just did you take her to the balcony? Or how did she discover?
sat down. I put the 2 chairs had been set up in advance. A lot of planning went
Now,
into
is
this.
that unusual for you to be out on the balcony looking
Yeah, it
over the
is.
side lawn? So was she like cottoning onto something
is.
happening, or?
No, she just thought it was a nice night.
Yeah, and
Beautiful
it's
night in
Valentine's
Canberra.
Day,
And
so,
it's Valentine's Day.
So it was kind of a bit of effort for
yeah,
once.
Beautiful.
bit of romance.
Yeah, look at him go.
Yeah.
And so I popped the question, and she,
So knee?
I'm not going into all that detail.
Two knees.
I'm not going into all that
That's
detail.
begging.
You went one knee. You're not going to not go a
I'm
knee.
not going to go into
You
all
went
that
a knee.
detail.
Elmo, can I ask you though how? I mean, I've been in that situation. So the nerves thinking
Oh,
up.
don't rub it in.
What stage you're going to do it?
Oh, well, I've been thinking about it for a long period of time, I've got to say. And so thought about, the right time and place and date. And obviously Valentine's Day was appropriate. And
Yep.
New Year's Eve, there were a few too many people around. I thought about that. So then,
So you've had that ring in your pocket for a while then?
no, hadn't had the ring, but
His
had
partner says someone carries it for him.
had the idea.
Okay.
And so then I...
Did she think about it for a while?
It was pretty quick, but yes, I've got to say. We've been together for a long while, and you've seen us together in social
absolutely.
occasions.
And she's just a ripper.
You two
We
make sense
love
together.
I am very, very lucky.
yeah.
And we needed to... Yeah, it's been years we've been together now.
Yes.
And I didn't think that I would find someone that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. But I have. And she, for whatever reason, has said yes as well.
Yeah.
And clearly that was where the relationship was going.
Yes.
So I wanted to
Locked her down.
I wanted to formalise that.
Yeah.
And she obviously had thought about it as well, because the yes was very quick.
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief, I'm
And
sure.
It was.
Oh, it's
And then
beautiful.
she was amazed that I'd managed to go out and get a ring made and have all that ready without anyone knowing.
And right size and everything?
So,
So it fit as well?
I had a plan there.
Yeah.
I had a plan. I borrowed some
Chopped off one of her fingers.
I borrowed some dress rings.
Yes.
And there was a whole scenario. So,
And then two maids got fired.
I checked out the size, which is I knew nothing about this until recently, but size L.
Okay,
Size
good to
L.
know. That's fine. They're fine
Size
fingers.
L.
Elbow, it's okay. You've got the rings. That's
In
an
case we want
important
to buy
part
a
of getting
ring
the
too.
size. But actually picking something that Jodie would like is I don't know how I'd do it.
Well,
for Jodie,
I'm glad she certainly did like it, and I sat down with a friend of mine, Nick Cironi. He's a great Italo-Australian jewellery designer.
Very well known,
And he's based in Leichhardt, so his studio is in Leichhardt. He's always employed. I've done lots of political things there because he employs apprentices.
Yeah, right.
About 30 of them.
So did you go in there under the ruse of talking to him about that sort of stuff, but snuck in a ring meeting?
I don't have to. I just went in there, but not in the old diary. So
wasn't
no
an
one,
official
no
thing,
one knew.
yeah.
No, so got
And so
taken there. So the people listening here, my staff knew nothing about any of this.
Nice. That's beautiful.
They were all shocked that I managed to. My executive assistant was like, "How did you do that?"
Yeah, because then you've got to schedule a press release and press conferences and stuff. We saw you on the lawn.
My security can do. Can take me places, of course, without telling.
There's tunnels everywhere. We don't know about them. There are tunnels everywhere.
So good.
Went there, went back and did it over a period of weeks.
Yeah, right.
Calling in
And the
there
design
at
was
Leichhardt.
your idea, or you took advice from Nick?
I
or?
took advice. It's
Big
a
is
family
better,
business.
is the-
Him, his daughter, and his chief designer.
Yes.
We sat down and went through. They had lots of different rings, and we
it's
went
a lot of
through
choices.
all the things you got to choose. You know, is it gold or silver?
Yes.
What form of gold?
Yeah. How big's
I
that
don't know
diamond?
anything.
Diamond, all of that. Where's it
Solitaire and
from?
part of a design.
I wanted
yes.
it to be Australian,
Yes.
and it all is all Australian. From WA, of
Yeah,
course.
there you go.
Argyle.
Thank you.
WA connection there. And, we picked something, and then they
They made
sent
it
me
up.
little text messages and showed me various designs to make sure that it got right. And Nick was really pleased with it. And
So was Jodie.
So was Jodie, most importantly.
matters.
Remember, also making history. If you get married during your time as being Prime Minister, you'll be the first person to ever do that in office. That's exciting. I want a Women's Day extravaganza. I want all of it. I want to wear a veil. You wear a veil. We all wear veils.
Is that the time frame we're looking at?
Look, we haven't had a chance since then. Jodie had a work thing on Thursday night. She works full time. And then Friday I was on the Central Coast and Newcastle, and then I was in Nowra and here yesterday.
So you haven't had a conversation about it yet?
No, we'll sit down. There's plenty
You'll
of
get
time.
home and she will have organised everything.
Plenty of time. Jodie will certainly be, her organisational capacity is extraordinary, and I'm sure she will have thoughts, but
I mean, the Lodge is a nice venue.
It is.
But Kirribilli's not a bad venue too. Yeah.
But it is their house, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you want to have it at your house?
We'll take our time to.
We'll
work
get
through these.
we'll get some stuff organised. We'll speak to you because you're busy.
And you've got to have it as well when there's
we can do it.
Some time off immediately afterwards, which when you look at my diary,
just go to Hawaii. I went to Scott Morrison.
It's not going to be soon, and I can confirm that the honeymoon will not be in Hawaii.
The Prime Minister's sticking around.
I can confirm that. That's a one-way ticket for Prime Ministers, I think. Proven. They should just keep going if you go to Hawaii.
Aloha, Prime Minister.
Now, we are talking about Taylor Swift non-stop recently, all over WA, and she's not even playing here. So tell us what your interaction's going to be.
Here, though. They didn't play anywhere else.
No,
we're not complaining. So,
you
getting along to a core?
I am going along to
one of the shows.
One of the shows,
no, it's...
What's your outfit? What are you wearing? Have you got
Which
Spotlight
era
yet?
are you going for?
You'll have to wait and see.
Do you want to borrow something from Michael? I'll duck home today and drop it off to your hotel.
They're talking about it being like a massive boon for the economy.
It is.
Which is extraordinary, isn't it?
It's
For
like
one
$1 billion
person.
bucks.
Yeah.
Billion bucks.
Hotels are full in
I know.
Melbourne, and
We're in a
will
cost
be
of living
full
crisis,
in
but
Sydney.
it's amazing how people can find the money to go
Well,
and see Taylor Swift.
Record numbers of
Yeah.
Australians went to Bali last year. Record
Yeah, right.
numbers of Australians went to Fiji last year.
And Japan.
And Japan's, yeah.
Hey, as a Prime Minister, because, Taylor Swift's here, of course, and you're the leader of this country, is there... are you going to meet her? Do your people reach out? Does she reach out to you? What happens? Can you meet Taylor Swift if you choose to?
Well, I haven't tried to.
But you could, surely you could pull that card.
But you can get deported. You can have her deported.
You've got her on vinyl. Come on.
Yeah, well, you've seen my Taytay vinyl there at the lodge during your visit.
I know.
That's right.
By the way, our photo, we're on the mantle.
Your photo is still up on the mantelpiece.
So who else is on the mantle?
Well, on the mantelpiece is, of course, Jodie.
Yes.
My son,
Yes.
Nathan.
The dog.
There's a couple of photos of the dog.
Yes.
And there is a photo as well of King Charles, Jodie and myself. And then there's you three. And so it's a great conversation starter because people come in and they go, who are they?
There's the king. There's Toto. Who are these misfits?
Who are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they broke in one night and left it. That's what I'd be saying.
No, it's terrific.
So good.
Yeah. On the cost of living situation, people want to always ask you that kind of question, but...
tax cuts.
Tax cuts has been fantastic. I know that works for everyone. I just want to talk about... I go to the supermarkets like all of us do all the time. It blows me the way, and I heard people talk about this domestic inflation. So we're trying to bring that down, right? But there's only, there's a lot of supermarkets, but really Coles and Woolies is a lot of people go to.
Essentially,
and they're taking the piss.
They are.
You've done an investigation into the banking sector over time, but what about? I mean,
we're onto it. We
Okay.
are having the ACCC.
Yep.
Having the Competition Consumer Tribunal is having a very close look at the whole supply chain, how it all works.
Yeah, because it's not the farmers making the money.
Yeah, at the moment there's a voluntary code of conduct, right? So what they're doing is looking at whether there should be a little bit more compulsion in there, and more transparency as well is important. In addition to that, I've got Dr. Craig Emerson is looking at a review as well, because... yeah, people are under financial pressure, and when they hear about farmers getting less for their product, but that not being passed on, then that's not fair.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
If farmers are getting less,
it should be costing less at the checkout. Yeah, 100%.
Well, I feel like since COVID, it was all blamed on COVID.
Yeah,
and it was blamed on the Ukraine war.
Yeah.
And then suddenly... I feel like supermarkets are in a scenario where they're going, okay, everyone's used to paying a little bit more, so we're going to keep the prices up, because they should have come down. The price jump on certain stuff is unbelievable, like $1.50 on one product.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that has increased
100%,
that much.
mate.
So I'm really glad that you're doing something about that.
we're onto that, and we're
Shut it
onto
down.
People's wages increasing, real wages increase 2 quarters in a row. That's good news. And, of course, our tax cuts will go to every single one of your listeners who's a taxpayer will get a tax cut, whereas so many of them
So you've been
were
heavily
going to miss
criticised
out.
for this, of course, because you changed your mind on the policy that you promised going into the election.
We did
which
change
was
our mind.
to do with the stage 3 tax cuts, which meant that the higher earners were going to benefit more.
That's right.
And then Middle Australia was going to miss out. So you've basically reversed that decision and said that now everybody gets a tax
That's
cut.
right. Look, politicians will still get $4,500 tax cut, but they won't get as much as they were going to get.
Yeah.
But guess what? Middle Australia will now not miss out. We'll get double.
So I can't believe you've been criticised for
They'll
this,
get
'cause it
double
makes
what
more-
they were going to get.
We're
We were talking about this.
to be affected the most by it.
When you did it, we went... straight
makes
away, broken promise. You go, oh, that's crap.
Yeah.
But no, what you did is as things changed. You assessed the situation and said, how can I help more people?
It's a gutsy call.
Yeah, and to be honest,
we're
like,
upfront
I'm one of
about
the
it.
people that doesn't benefit from that change.
Yeah, that's right.
But yet I am all
See
for
the point of it.
that happening.
That's
And,
right. Look, we were with retail workers yesterday at Hyde Park here in Perth, and many of them were going to get not a single dollar. if they earn under $45,000 a year, which is so many people who work at Woolies and work at Coles and work at these outlets, they were going to miss out. Now, they need support as well. And so lowering that bottom rate from 19 to 16 will make an enormous difference for them. And that's important, that people don't get left behind, because they're under cost of living pressure more so than people on my income.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, Albo, something on the costs, the homes, right, on the housing crisis. Now, I've got this, I just want to know if this is stupid. You cannot get a house at the moment, right? It's so impossible.
Are you talking about rentals?
Buying. I'm buying a house, right? So you cannot get a house at the moment. By the time that you rock up there, the amount of times that I and people that I know have gone to, it's literally gone up that day. They've called and that house has been bought by an overseas investor that is not planning to live in that house. How can we shut that down and get people that live here that actually want to live in these houses? Can we get that shut down in the meantime for a few years, just so it's not going to someone that's just investing that doesn't even live in our country?
Well, the number of homes in that situation are actually not a huge number, but we do have restrictions there on overseas ownership, and we did make changes in our last budget about those issues as well. But the key is supply. So tomorrow I'll be with Roger Cook, the Premier, here in Perth, looking at our build-to-rent and what that has done for increasing supply, as well as social housing, increasing supply as well. And we have before the Parliament right now our Help to Buy scheme that's actually based on WA scheme. It's shared equity, essentially. So the government can, instead of, if you're buying a house worth $1 million, if it's a new build, for a unit or what have you, then the Commonwealth can own up to 40% of it. So that cuts it down from $1 million to 600,000, which means that it then is more affordable for you.
It's in reach.
And then down the track, you can, of course, buy back that government equity.
Or if you sell it, the government gets their equity back.
So it's modelled on a scheme that's operated successfully here in WA for decades.
Thank you.
On that, are you going to help the building industry out? Because every time you're reading, one of those, the builders are going down because they've gone on fixed pricing before. They can't build them fast enough.
Well, we've got a big build-to-rent scheme, which will see between 150 and 250,000 private dwellings built.
But do we have the builders to build them?
Who's going to build them?
Well, what we're doing, fee-free TAFE. I'll be at Thornley TAFE in a short period of time. 300,000 fee-free TAFE places, making an enormous difference, training up our carpenters and our electricians and builders, making an enormous difference and doing it for free. Part of our cost of living measures.
That's good.
That is a bonus.
But also really good for housing.
Yeah, if not, is it conscription when they used to just conscript you into the army?
So conscript them into the building industry.
Well, I know that you want to be a lawyer, but too bad you're a brickie.
Thoughts?
We need brickies.
Prime Minister?
Guess what? You don't need to do that, because if we get the message out there, I tell you what, tradies have a good life, secure job, good wages, and do pretty well.
They do.
So we want people to value a TAFE education as much as a university education.
And it's certainly cheaper.
There you go.
It is. It's free.
That's right. Thank you, Prime Minister. It's always a joy when you come and visit us, Albo. And
Thank
all our
you
love
so
to
much
you
for the good wishes.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Shut up and drive.
Thirsty Camels 10K
Drive-Through. Win 10 grand with Nathan, Nat and Sean at our Thirsty Camel 10K Drive-Through at the Landing in Alkimos. Shop the way you want and save big bucks in-store and online at the Camel.
All right, someone is about to score themselves a spot in our 10K Thirsty Camel drive-through at the Landing in Alkimos, where somebody on the day, just by answering questions correctly and driving around and coming back again and answering them again, is going to win $10,000 bucks.
Huge.
Danny, come on down.
Hey,
Good
Danny.
morning.
Oh, morning, guys. How are you?
I'm
Fantastic, Danny. So we're doing our 10K drive-through this year with a bit of a twist, and that is you'll be popping someone in the passenger seat that will also be playing along as well. You'll be taking turns answering questions each time you go around. Have you got a person like that in your life?
Oh, well, hubby and I are both primary school teachers, so we should have some general knowledge.
Oh, Danny, this will be okay.
Danny, of course, you're in Jindalee, so Alkimos just down the road. This is actually super handy for you.
The landing is my, it's my jam.
It's your
I've been there many times.
Oh, shout out to those people.
All right, you're going against Marshall. Hey, Marshall.
How you doing?
Yeah, good,
Hey,
buddy.
good, Marshall.
All right, Marshall, $10,000 would be very handy, yeah?
Oh, definitely would.
Mate.
Got someone in your posse that can come down and join you, Marshall, in the car?
I'm sure it wouldn't be hard enough to find someone.
Yeah, but you don't need it. You can't have a dummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Up against the teacher too, so I don't like my chances.
Primary school teacher, though, Marshall. I know, I'm just saying.
She knows how to eat Play-Doh, Natalie, so that's it.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. It is the best of
Fish it out of
5
your
questions. If you think you know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take the point. If you get it wrong, what will we do? Let the other person have a crack?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's test your buzzers. Danny?
Danny.
Marshall?
Marshall.
Lovely work.
Question number 1. The Chicago Bulls' big 3 of the 90s consisted of Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, and
Marshall.
which?
Yes, Marshall.
Michael Jordan.
Of course it was Marshall. Marshall leads 1-0.
It's amazing.
Okay, question number 2. How much does 1 litre of water weigh in kilograms?
Danny.
Danny?
1 kilo.
Yes, Danny.
How did you get that?
That's the teacher for
This
the
is
win.
amazing.
1-1.
All right, everybody. Americans call it a zip code. What do we call it in Australia?
Danny.
Marshall.
Danny.
Postcode.
Yes, Danny. Danny's,
Scorcher.
Danny's buzzer's going nuts, by the way. Danny leads 2-1.
Okay. The late Queen Elizabeth II was linked with which breed of dog?
Danny.
Danny for the win.
Oh my gosh. They're little and they're long. Oh my gosh, what is their name?
We go to Marshall.
Marshall.
I wouldn't have a clue, but I'll have a guess. Dachshund.
It is not Dachshund.
It was, everybody. The corgi.
Oh, nuts and crackers.
Nuts and crackers.
That's the most primary school thing anyone's ever said.
No, never.
All right, we move on to the next question. Sean, are you okay?
That's hilarious.
Nuts and crackers, Sean. Will you
Pull
just settle
yourself
down?
together.
sorry.
Pull your nuts and crackers together, please.
Right.
Okay. What shape is in the centre of the Japanese flag?
Marshall.
Marshall?
Circle.
So that was the 5th question. We've tied it up. It's 2-2. So it goes to the next question, and this is tiebreaker conditions. So if you buzz in and get it wrong, your opponent will win. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Nathan.
All right, here is your question. What is the brand of the ball used in AFL games?
Danny.
Marshall.
Danny.
Oh my gosh, my husband will kill me.
Danny.
Oh my gosh.
Quick.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Danny, you've fallen at the final hurdle.
Which means Marshall.
Marshall has won. It was, of course, Sean.
What was it, Marshall? That you
Marshall?
answer this?
Sharon.
Yes, exactly.
Danny,
oh my God,
Danny.
Oh, shameful.
I know. Hang on. Nuts and crackers.
God damn it. Nuts and crackers, she lost.
Marshall, you and a mate are coming along to next Friday's 10K drive-through where someone, it could be you, Marshall, is going to win $10,000 plus. Marshall, you've scored a cheeky $150 to spend at Thirsty Camel.
Oh, sweet.
I
Thanks,
know.
guys.
Sweet as a
Danny,
lolly, Harry.
You've brought shame on your family.
I
you
have
know
shame
what,
on my school, on my life. I know.
No. But you've brought joy to this show because you, my dear, have introduced the term nuts and crackers, which we all use from this day on. You've changed the very fabric of what we do.
Yeah.
Nuts and crackers, Sean. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
There's real progress
No
for Sean,
FUs from
by the
Ali
way.
anymore. Nuts and crackers.
There's another spot to give away to someone tomorrow.
Nuts and crackers, that's amazing.
Isn't it just?
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Look, tomorrow's a big day. You want to know why?
Why?
Yes.
Just when you thought we'd run out of Taylor tickets. Hey. Make some noise. Hey, hi. It's Taylor. We've got one surprise left.
Are you ready for it?
We've got one more trip to Taylor to give away. And we've saved the best till last. Make some noise. You and your bestie at Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour in Sydney. I'm going to come over and see you. Flights a comp, and spending money, and tickets to the show. See you jump. But wait, these aren't just tickets. They're tickets to see Taylor Swift in the luxury of an incredible suite. Want to win them?
Yeah, you do.
Box tickets, sweet tickets.
I know we've said it before. These are the last tickets we have.
These are.
This
But
is it. We saved the best for last.
it is the top shelf setup.
I know, right?
Of these last tickets.
Yeah.
So
the sweet life.
it's going to be amazing. Tomorrow morning we are doing our show from Taylor Reserve in Vic Park. Put it in
right
your
on the
maps.
river.
Check out where it is.
You're going to
okay?
love it. We're
So
going to be there
basically
from
at the end
6.
of Berwick Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, where it comes onto Albany Highway.
We're there from 6. Come down and join us at 8:15.
Yes.
We are giving away these tickets to somebody who is there now.
So you need to register before then,
That's
obviously.
right. That's right. You've got to be there to put your entry into the barrel.
Yes.
Okay. You have to be 15 or over to enter, and you can it's one entry per person. We're
Yep.
keeping it as fair as
Yep.
possible.
Yep.
And you have to be there for the draw. So you
That's
can't
right.
just put your entry in the barrel and then go.
Yep.
You have to be there at 8:15 when we draw it.
Yep. Don't think of just getting there at 8 and dropping your name in there because that's mean.
And also,
It's we're there the entire morning.
also there might
And
be
we
a
don't
queue,
want a pack
Nathan.
of losers just doing, like sitting there doing it to an empty park. And then suddenly you all come around like half an hour beforehand. Like,
because there's going to be queues to
15.
fill it in.
There'll be queues.
So, yeah, you're going to have to
What are you saying? You're
get
yelling
there
out
early.
stuff. What do you want
No,
to yell
don't
out?
tell
You
them.
have to be 15 and older to enter.
I think that's important.
already
actually.
said that.
No, I know, but it is important because there's a lot of people who have a go.
About it. Stop messaging me about Taylor
Stop.
Swift.
Okay.
15 and over.
15 and over. One entry per person.
Stop
that's
messaging.
there.
All Sam wants is doodle pictures.
And you absolutely have to be there to claim the prize at 8:15, or we redraw. It's going to be massive,
It's
though.
going to be huge, or it's going to be like really empty, and then like you're
A
just
real
going to
spike
swing
at
by.
8 o'clock.
Like, honestly, if you come back, if you rock up just half an hour before the draw, I'm blocking you for putting your entry into the barrel. I am. Put in the time. We're there. Sean, I'm worried.
Well, Marlene and Brian are going to be there.
Marlon
so
and
that'll
Brian are
bump
there. They've
out
got
the-
their new Yeti Trailhead camp chair. If
Come
you'd
and
like
see
to give
that.
it a go.
Once they sit in there, they were not moving because they're comfy. Aren't they?
We'll see you tomorrow. Taylor Reserve, Vic Park, right on the river. Come and see us, please. Like we're kind of begging.
Please.
But these are the last tickets we have.
Yep.
And you've seen how magical it was in Melbourne.
Yep.
You've seen
Yep.
everybody's
Yep.
social media. You want to be a part of that. And somebody's going to win it.
If I deem it, and I don't know what the number is, if I deem there are not enough people
You
for this to be
cancelling it?
successful, I'm shredding the tickets. I will shred the tickets
So you've
right
been
in front
warned.
of your Taylor-loving face.
You're on notice.
All right, see ya.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.